Greetings, my name is T-Man, and welcome back to After Dark. Close your eyes, just for a moment. Let the noise of the day drift away. The unfinished thoughts, the conversations that linger, the things you wish you said. Let them soften and let it go. Imagine yourself somewhere quiet. Maybe it's late at night. Maybe the world has already gone to sleep, and you're one of the few still awake. There's no rush here. No expectations. Just you. And the gentle passing of time. And in this quiet space, a story begins. The night settled softly, like a blanket. The world forgot to pull all the way up. There's a quiet hum in the air. Distant cars, whispering wind slipping through trees. The faint creak of something old but still standing. You sit there, not really waiting for anything anymore. Just listening. It wasn't always like this. Once, your chest held a kind of restless hope. The kind that made ordinary days feel like they were leading somewhere. Like every glance, every laugh, every almost touch meant something bigger was just around the corner. You used to believe love would arrive like the rain in summer. Sudden, warm, impossible to ignore. But somewhere along the way, it didn't. Not in the way you imagined. There was someone, not yours, but never quite a stranger either. She existed in that quiet space between almost and never. Close enough to feel, far enough to lose. And somehow, she had this way of nudging your world, just slightly. Not with promises, not with certainty, but with presence. A word here, a glance there, enough to remind you you could be more. And for a while, you thought maybe that more was for her. But time, in its quiet wisdom, untangled that idea. It wasn't. It was always for you. The realization didn't come like a storm. No dramatic moment, no breaking point. Just one evening like this one, where the air felt still and your thoughts finally stopped running. And in that stillness, you understood something simple. You were tired of waiting, not in a bitter way, not in a defeated way, just finished. Like closing a book you once loved, not because it was bad, but because you've already felt everything it had to offer. And so, you let it go. Not love itself, just the version of it you had been chasing. Now, your days feels different, quieter, but fuller somehow. You notice things you used to rush past. The way the sunlight spills through the leaves, the warmth of your coffee before the first sip, the rhythm of your own footsteps when no one else is around. You start doing things not to be seen, but to feel. Climbing higher, driving further, sitting longer in places that don't ask anything of you. You begin collecting moments, small ones, beautiful ones, ones that don't need to be shared to matter. But the nights are where the dreams comes back. Not loudly, not like they used to, just quietly slipping in, like fog through an open window. In those dreams, nothing has changed. She's there. Sometimes walking beside you, sometimes just ahead, turning back with a smile that feels familiar, like something your heart remembers, but your life never had. In those dreams, conversation flows easily. Silences feels warm instead of empty. And for a moment, it feels real. Too real. You wake up sometimes with that feeling still lingering in your chest, like holding on to the last note of a song that's already ended. And for a second, there's that old ache, that quiet question. What if? But even that is fading now. The dreams are becoming softer, blurrier, like they're being carried further and further away by a tide you no longer try to swim against. You begin to understand something strange, that maybe those dreams were never about her. Maybe they were just your mind's way of holding on to a version of life you once believed in. A version where everything aligned, where love came easy, where you didn't have to question if you were enough. But life isn't that version. And for the very first time, you stop trying to turn it into one. You let the dreams be what they are, just dreams. Beautiful, fleeting, untouchable. Like clouds drifting across the sky, you no longer feel the need to reach. There's a quiet acceptance that settles in. Not heavy, not sad, just still. You realize that the idea of being with someone, of sharing everything, of building something together, it's slowly becoming something distant. Not painful, just far away. Like a place you once wanted to go but no longer feel the need to visit. And strangely, you're okay with that. Because in its place, something else has grown, something steady, something real. You begin to see your life as something missing pieces, but as something complete on its own. You wake up, not waiting for messages. You move through the day, not hoping to be noticed. You exist without needing to be chosen. And there's a quiet strength in that. A kind of peace that doesn't rely on anyone else's presence. Sometimes you wonder, is this how life is going to be? No grand love story, no deep connection waiting just around the corner. Just you and the path ahead. And the answer comes, not in words, but in the way your chest feels lighter. In the way the nights no longer feel as long. In the way silence has stopped being something to fill and has become something to rest in. Maybe this is how life is, not empty, not lacking, just yours, unshared but not unfinished, quiet but not lonely. The wind moves gently again. The world hums like it always has, and you sit there, not waiting, not hoping, not chasing, just breathing, just being. And somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice whispers, you don't need anything more. You never did. And for the first time, you believe it. And if someday another story finds its way to you, you won't be waiting for it. You won't be searching. You'll simply be living. And if it chooses to walk beside you for a while, then it will. But until then, this quiet, steady life you built, this is enough. This has always been enough. So rest now. Let the night carry your thoughts away. Let the dreams come and go as they please. You don't have to hold on to them anymore. You don't have to chase anything anymore. Just breathe and stay in this gentle, quiet moment where nothing is missing and nothing needs to be found.